Whereas saying that no, this was the revelation of the final law, the final dictate, the final commandment, what we are saying is no, the completion was a gesture of those laws attaining a purpose for which the laws were designed. Is that point understood before we go forward? Shall I repeat that point? Today, we are praying, we are fasting, we are doing Hajj, we are doing Zakat. Yes? But the Muslim community is in a state which is despicable today. Look at the state of the Muslim community. Whereas America has shown its state of liberation by voting a black president as the head of the most powerful nation of the world, by overcoming their self-imposed biases, the Muslims, despite having a colorless, odorless God, cannot accept differences. Look at the amount of bias me and you have. If we are told that the Prophet of Islam was black, we feel that we have been abused and sworn at. Tell me something. Hussein ibn Ali is our lifeline, is he or is he not? Is he not our jugular vein? Yes? What if this Imam Hussein was not a Muslim? Would he still be the same? For me and you, would he still be the same? What I'm trying to say here is that are we following a label of Islam? Does Hussein ibn Ali have worth because of the stamp Islam? Or is there worth to Hussein ibn Ali beyond Islam? Is Hussein my Hussein because of the stamp of Islam? Or even if the stamp had not been there, Hussein would have been Hussein? How many hearts are open enough to see that real beauty beyond the label Islam? This is what we are trying to emphasize. Today, look at the state of the Muslims. We are the best people at analyzing law. The amount of scrutiny that takes place, it's amazing, mind-blowing. We have to study 10 years preliminary studies, then 10 years graduation studies, and after that we become practicing lawyers in the Islamic sense, in the sense of extrapolating the law. This is how much scrutiny we put into it. Yet look at the state of Islam today in the Muslim Ummah. What is happening? Where are we? 1 billion people. Where are we in terms of giving back to the world? At most, we have been reduced to a reactionary group of people. This is what we are trying to say. That when that verse was revealed, that today I have completed your faith for you, it wasn't to say that I have completed the final commandment, or that I have revealed the final manasik of Hajj, or that I have revealed the successor for you. No, it was to say today the completion is there in terms of a group of people attaining and realizing their true worth through a system of law, which is a most befitting system, and there's a vast difference between the two takes. And now we go back to that verse. Inna ad-din 'inda Allah al-Islam. Indeed, the deen with Allah is Islam. And the one who seeks other than Islam, it will not be accepted from him. Without presuming anything, had we been people who adhere to the dictates of their humanity, i.e., liberated, autonomous people, we would not presume anything. Because what is at stake is me. I am at stake here. I need to get it right. At that point, I would not have presumed the verse to mean this is Islam in terms of its theology, in terms of its morality, in terms of its law system. And if I don't accept that, I will go to the pits of hell. I will say, what does it mean it will not be accepted? What does it mean for me and you? What does it mean anyway that it will not be accepted? Think about it. It's like a teacher telling us, we're like little frightened children. It's like a teacher telling us, if you bring your homework late, it will not be accepted. Is this the relationship between us and Allah? Is this the relationship between us and God? And then, our notion of God is something that falters with the rest of our understanding. For us, God is something, we are something else. We are working away and God will accept and reward or punish. For us, God is like going, or Qiyamah is like going to a court where God sits, of course not in physical form. God sits, or His angels sit, and they dispense with justice. Okay, you did this, what do you have to say for this? You did this, what do you have... Is it as empty as this? Is that what it means? Look at the hadith of the first Imam. That salah is a valid salah, after which there is a change in you. So when we say which salah was accepted, the response is the one that changes you for the better. Isn't it? So what does it mean Allah will not accept? There will be no growth in you. When Allah says, he who accepts other than Islam as a deen, it will not be accepted. Does it mean Allah is saying, I'll turn my face because I said to do it on your notebooks, you did it on a pad, I'm not going to accept it? Is that what it means? How empty, how meaningless is this? When Allah says it will not be accepted, it means it will not bear fruit within your own self. It is like an instructor telling a child that, look, this is the course you have to finish. If you take that route, you will not finish it. The loss is yours, not mine. Nothing to do with me accepting or not accepting. It's your loss. Do it this way, you will reach to the goal. It's something like that. When Allah says the deen will not be accepted, it means it will not bear fruits from within. There is something going on which is so fundamental that we are missing. Now, let's go on to further elaboration of Islam and these verses. Two more verses before we go on to the general talk. Allah says, وَمَنْ أَسْلَمَ وَجْهُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَهُوَ مُحْسِنٌ فَقَدْ اسْتَمْسَكَ بِالْعُرْوَةِ الْوُثْقَى. He who submits his face to Allah and he is a good doer, then he has indeed held on to the firm grip. There is no mention of Islam as a formal faith here. Aslama here is not in the meaning of Islam, it means in the meaning of submission, doesn't it? Even the previous verses, in the previous verses, Islam means Islam, but a greater reality than what we have understood. Anyway, we're clarifying it. Now let's go to the most outstanding verse that can clarify this for us. Allah says in Hujurat, we have created you from man and woman. From you we have made nations or peoples and tribes. But do you know how he addresses this verse? O people. He doesn't say, O Muslim. He says, O people, we have created you from man and woman, and made from you people and tribes, so that by interaction you may know the best amongst you is the most God conscious of you. Where is Islam in this verse? He did not say, "O you who believe." He did not say, "O you who are Muslims." He is saying, "O people." It is pointing at a reality that we have missed, and it's such an obvious reality that how could we ever have missed it? This verse can qualify those other verses of Islam, that Islam is a name of a reality which is here at present, not an imposition. For us, Islam is a set of laws or commandments which are imposed upon us. I have to do this. I don't. Tell me something. I say to myself, I am like this. The way I am, I am. This is the way humankind are. Now, what can religion do for me? As opposed to this question, religion says, I have to be like this. Look at the difference between the two perspectives. Our Islam is this. Religion tells me I ought to be like this. Yes? And I have to strictly follow that. This is one perspective. And the other perspective is, this is the way I am. What can religion do for me? Think about it. There's a vast difference between the two. On the one hand, can I give charity to a non-Muslim? Can I do this there? Can I do this here? On the other hand, I am a charitable individual. This is the way humanity has been sustained. How best can I perform this charity? What does religion tell me? There's a vast difference. Can you see? When a child is in the nursery, they are told, you must study. And the child is frightened that if I don't study, I'll get a cane or a detention. The child is told, behave, don't talk. And the child is frightened into behaving.